What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Motorhead YouTube channel. In today's video, we're back to work on my 335i. We did get this from the insurance auction and we got scammed on the motor. In today's episode, I actually want to go ahead and get this thing on the lift and get this motor swapped out. It's going to actually be pretty easy. I'm going to show you guys why. Alright, so the reason it's going to be so easy is because all the wiring is unplugged. Literally everything is disconnected from this motor pretty much. So it's almost ready to come out. I think they had the subframe out already, or they were getting ready to pull the motor because a lot of this stuff is loose as far as the shocks. And I looked underneath there and the down pipes are unscrewed and the drive shaft. So it's gonna be pretty straightforward. I'm thinking maybe a couple of lines are still left on there, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to get it on the lift and look, and then hopefully there's not much and we can just get the subframe off and drop this motor and get it swapped. All right, so we got the whole crew out here. All the boys are finna push this bad boy in.
It's even better than a Rolex. Oh, you can wear it out. Yeah.
Let's see the muscles, boys.
If he can drop the brake.
There's no drive shaft connected.
Drop the brake.
It should roll. She got a fatty, boy. She's kind of heavy. Alright, so a lot of things are already taken off on this car. I'm seeing this oil cooler is removed, a lot of stuff. So we're going to start on the bottom with all the basics, such as these braces and all these little covers. And then we'll lower it down and see what needs to be taken off there and basically just get it ready to drop the subframe. So we got a lot of it taken out, and all these wires were all disconnected and every bolt was just hand tightened. So it's going to be pretty easy to get this motor out, but I have no idea what was wrong with this motor. I mean, it looks good. I'm thinking maybe it was a head gasket job, but of course you never know. I am going to tear apart this motor and take it to our mechanic and see what he thinks. You know, maybe this motor is still good and we can rebuild it and sell it and get our money back, because it is very low mileage. I'm thinking if I fix it and get it good, I could probably get like 2,500 to 3 grand out of it. So we're getting close. I'm pretty sure there's just a couple of lines right here that need to get removed, and then we can drop this subframe and get this motor out. we got our motor out. It was super easy. This is probably the fastest motor pull we've ever done. Now I want to go ahead and get this motor off of this subframe, and then we can swap over this transmission and all the pieces that we want to replace. And thanks to the comment section, y'all told me that the turbos are actually different on the 535, so we'll be swapping those out too. So let's get started. So we got everything off of the original motor and we're ready to split the transmission and take the motor off the subframe. But before we do that, we're gonna come over here and check this motor out. We've got to remove all these manifolds right here and put the original ones on from the original motor because they have lower miles. Also, in the comment section, we've been noticing a lot of people that telling us about the gaskets and the seals. The oil pan gasket is the biggest one that we've seen so far that we need to do. And also the valve cover gasket on the inside right here where the spark plugs are, there's a lot of oil in there. So we're gonna go ahead and to O'Reilly's and see if they have these. Most likely they probably will have the bottom one.
They do. I called Ryan.
And then we'll probably get like a whole kit of O-rings too, yeah?
Yeah, replace all those.
All right, so let's go to O'Reilly's and see what they got.
Give me just a second there, sir.
We need to talk to Ryan.
Where's Brad at?
Brad is off today.
Brad ain't here?
Hey, if
Brad don't work anymore, does he? Got too much money.
Hey, man. Are you filming us?
Yeah.
It's for
Hey,
our,
Ben, this is
our
Anthony again.
protection and yours.
Yeah, we need some gaskets.
Need some gaskets?
Yeah. BMW 335,
What year?
2009.
2009?
Yeah.
BMW, what series?
335, it's the N54, N96.
335i?
Yeah.
And what gaskets do you need, sir?
The lower oil pan gasket.
We need the all the motor gaskets.
We need the valve cover one too.
You guys got a gasket kit. It's like a kit.
You want, you said you would have a kit, a whole kit?
Yeah.
You
For like the turbos and everything.
Nah, I don't think they have that, boss.
They do. They do. I know they do.
Ain't no way.
Anthony has it. He knows about it.
Yes, sir, that's what we need.
Hey, we also need a water pump gasket for a 96.
Hold on. I went through with the BMW.
Yeah.
Only thing, only show on that is the oil pan gasket itself. And you talking about either 38 or 38?
Yeah, right there, oil pan gasket.
right there. That.
Hey, we also need, what was that gasket you needed for that other job?
Oh, the 96 Toyota Tacoma.
96 Toyota Tacoma?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Need a water pump gasket.
Hey,
I gotta know if it's the right one, Anthony.
it looks like two goobers tied together with a boss come to the side. So you would like a description of the gasket, sir?
Yes, sir.
It kind of looks like, well, for you ladies out there, this is a gasket. It's not one of those things. But it kind of reminds you of me when I'm swimming, but you know. No.
Yeah, I don't think we actually need that gasket, boss.
You sure?
Just to be in W.
You sure?
Don't need that one.
Yeah.
Would that be anything else, sir?
Yes, sir. That's all we need. Oh, we're gonna need oil.
On the oil?
Yeah, motor oil
What way oil?
for that same car, 2009 BMW.
Huh? Damn, you great, damn.
Dang, he got you.
83615, Dale.
He got you good.
Who, Dale?
Yeah. He came over here and did that.
No.
Did that for me. I seen him do it.
Okay.
Alright, so we gotta thread this right here because this oil pan did not have that hole threaded. So Mark drilled it out. He is about to match up the threads. Oh.
What is that, the drain bolt?
No.
No, it's for that.
Yeah, I said
Oh,
it's
no.
15 pounds.
Alright,
Probably
that's
what
good.
it is.
That's good. Let's put it on.
Here, I'll help.
There's a breaker box in there. I'm just gonna do it by the book and put it as yet.
Yeah. Give me
Just pull
one.
the end of it.
I like that. By the book. Ugh. I think it ain't gonna get straighter than that.
I'm just gonna drop it down right there, probably to the floor. I'm gonna hold it right here to the box.
All right.
Do a rough cut.
Do a rough cut. Nice. Mark's probably got this thing already done. Let's go see how. Did you get it?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you have a hard time remembering, you want to take some pictures.
You know?
Let it off.
Perfect.
Dang, son, she all wrapped up.
Now we need to put the turbos on. Alright, so it is the next day here, and we got a lot of progress done on our motor yesterday. We actually went ahead and swapped out all these seals also on the turbo oil lines, that way nothing leaks. I did see some residue coming down the side of the block, which tells me that some of these lines might have been leaking. Well, Arc One CNC actually came by to set up their CNC machine, so let's check it out.
It does not work. Yeah, it does. Terrible. Double play. Let's see if the logo. Yeah, I need it. That's it on that. Position 2, I'm shutting it down for the day. I want to put it back here in home position. When you start getting to the ends, you don't want to run into these limit switches because you'll just damage them. And if the machine's not referenced, the machine doesn't know where it's at, so it doesn't know to slow down. But I'll always, even when it's ready, so I just slow down when I get to the edges.
What is the scribe work off of? What does it work off of? The scribe?
It's the air.
It's just air? It's pneumatic.
Yeah, it's air. Yeah.
All right, so Mark is taking off his valve cover. We're going to replace the gasket. You guys know, we did show you there's some leaks down here. right, so we did run into a little issue here. Mark, show them what's going on.
These 3 bolts require a long 10.
Where did you get one of the bigger ones? See if you can get a 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch drive might be able to do it. While Mark's getting that, I'm gonna go ahead and crack these lines because they have to come off. Alright, so we asked Paul what he did on his, and apparently his car did not have these. So Mark came up with the idea to drill the hole out on the socket.
Make it fit over.
It's gonna be tough to do because that socket's made out of some probably chromoly.
I think we can get it though.
Oh, I know you can get it. So what we basically did was drill through this socket right here, which opened up that inside for that longer stud to pass through. As you can see, it does still extend in there, but it's enough to catch it. So we should be able to, boom, look at that.
Just like that, sir.
How do you feel about that, sir?
I feel good. All right, so as you can see, we got our new gasket in there. This one was messed up and leaking. So we'll get this back on here and then we can go ahead and start getting the transmission mounted onto this motor. All right, so we got our motor all put together. It was a lot of work. We did have to replace a bunch of stuff. Big shout out to the comment section. Y'all told me that the 335 injectors are different. Luckily, y'all told me because I wasn't going to replace them and we would have put it in and had to do it anyway. So we got that all squared away. We got all of our gaskets squared away. Hopefully there's no oil leaks. I replaced every single seal, so we should be good. So now we're just gonna have to put this motor back in exactly how we took it out. We didn't get as much progress done today as we wanted because we were training on the ARC 1 CNC. They're actually having a class for us today and they'll be having a class tomorrow. So it's really exciting to be working on that thing and seeing how it works. It does a lot of cool stuff and we'll be doing a lot of stuff for our builds with that. It's gonna be a game changer. So stay tuned for that. So for now, we're gonna go ahead and just roll this motor over and line it up and lower the car down onto it. Okay, so we went ahead and lowered the body down onto the motor and we came into a little problem. If you can see right here, the charge pipe is hitting the intercooler outlet. So what I want to do is go ahead and strip down this front end and take it all off. That way it'll give us access to everything. It's going to be a lot easier as far as putting all the wiring together and all that. So let's go ahead and start by stripping down this bumper right here, and then we'll take off the headlights and the radiator support, and then we can hopefully get this motor up onto the car. All right, so we got the motor into the car and pretty much everything from underneath is done because V-Tune will be needing the lift tomorrow to make motor mounts for his Z30. So we needed to get it off the lift. So actually all that's left is up top, all this wiring and the piping and everything, but that's gonna be no big deal. We'll get into that in the next episode because it is getting late on us, guys. But if you enjoyed, be sure to hit that subscribe button, comment down below what you think of the build, and also don't forget to follow me on Instagram at motorhead.co. And we do have merch. It's on vtune.com. I'll link it down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.